Hello. This week, we're going to jump right into the action research. That's really the first thing in the syllabus that we're going to look at. You're going to read the article, The Nature of Teacher Research, and chapter 1 of your textbook. And then you're going to post your response in discussion board number 1 and respond to 2 or more of your peers' posts by 11:59 on Sunday, which is August the 20th. So let's take a look at what's in the learning module here for that week. And here it is. You can just click right here and you will have your article that you need to read. Very interesting article about what teacher research is, teacher research, action research, all the same thing, and what it's not. And basically, action research or teacher research is something you do in your classroom. It's not an enormous research project. It doesn't resemble the capstone project. It is just a simple little research piece that you do in your classroom to solve a problem. For instance, here's a piece of action research from my own first grade classroom. So I noticed that my students were really, I did math in the afternoon, but I noticed that they had a real issue concentrating on what I wanted them to do. You know, they were distracted, they had trouble holding, still to do the lesson. And so I needed to figure out a way for them to work off some energy before I did that math lesson. So here's my action research. I did some research on, children concentrating and what times were best and what I could do to help this problem. Did some research, and most of the research said that if you plan for a really physical activity before the lesson, they'll work some of that off and they'll be more apt to concentrate. So I thought, okay, I'm going to research this in my class. And so for about 2 weeks, just as an experiment, I couldn't take them out for an official recess because that wasn't allowed. But I could do a quick nature walk along the outside fence of our building. And so we just went out there and we would walk as fast as we could. We usually walked all the way around, which was quite a long walk. And it took us about 10-15 minutes, depending on how quickly we walked and how fast. Anyway. At the end of the 2 weeks, I had to record my observations, and it was amazing the difference that quick walk around the fence made. I had more children completing. I had actual statistical documentation, more children completing whatever their worksheet was to go with that lesson. I had fewer behavior infractions, doing silly things to other people's papers, so on and so forth. And in the end, my conclusion was, after I finished my research, that from now on, I am always going to take them for a quick walk around the playground fence before we do that lesson, unless it's raining or something, of course. Anyhow, that's an example of a teacher doing some action research to solve an issue in her classroom. So go ahead and read through all of these informational items on here. Very, very good information. You'll want to go to discussion board, and here's this one here. Have 3 different prompts. The 5 E's can be found in chapter 1 of your textbook. And then I want to hear a practical issue that you would like to solve in your own classroom. If you do not have a classroom, please find a teacher quickly that will allow you to come into his or her classroom for a few times to conduct this research. I bet they can tell you some problem they're having in their classroom. Okay, if If you have any questions about this, please let me know. I will be happy to set up a Zoom and visit with you. Have a wonderful week. Bye.